Utah drivers are bad drivers. This is one of the most common perceptions of Utah heard amongst BYU students. This statement may seem very absolute, and the common notion is that clearly not all Utah drivers must be bad drivers. However, amidst dealing with the pedestrians and college drivers of Provo, the heavy traffic and speeding around Salt Lake, and the daily traffic accidents and pileups on I-15, many have seemingly confirmed this conception of driving habits in Utah. I started my research either to prove or disprove this statement and to find out why Utah drivers are bad drivers, if they are. I found the results to be very interesting, and the data that led me to my conclusions. How bad then is the situation that Utah currently faces with incompetent drivers? According to the Fatality Analysis Reporting System, or FARS encyclopedia, actually not that bad. When strictly looking at traffic accidents causing deaths, Utah is no worse than most other states. In fact, in 2013, the Utah death rate per mile traveled was lower than the US rate. As the graph shows, the data for 2013 follows a trend in Utah with a decrease in fatalities over the last 20 years. From 1994 to 2000, the average annual number of fatal crashes in Utah was 303. After the year 2000, the number of fatal crashes dropped significantly, and it even drops more in recent years. From 2009 to 2013, there was an average of only 212 fatal crashes per year. That's nearly 100 less than in the late 90s. This change in traffic fatalities may seem drastic, and the number one way to prevent fatalities has caused this change: seatbelts. Seatbelt use has helped prevent fatalities, however, it has not improved driving. Compared to the year 2000, the number of deaths caused by vehicle crashes has decreased by 41%, while the total number of vehicle crashes roughly remained the same. While the number of crashes in Utah has not changed much from year to year, the national total of vehicle crashes has trended downwards. In 2012, 2.1% of all registered vehicles in the United States were involved in a crash, compared to the 2.5% of vehicles in Utah. This is according to the U.S. Department of Transportation. There are many different ways to interpret this data, and a significant comparison that conveys the difference between Utah and the rest of the country is drunk driving. According to FARS, Utah sports the lowest proportion of fatalities and crashes involving a drunk driver in all 50 states. With significantly less drunk drivers causing accidents in Utah, there are other factors responsible for Utah's fatality rate to nearly match the average of the U.S. According to FARS, the leading cause of road fatalities in Utah is speeding. 40% of fatal crashes in Utah in 2013 were due to speeding. This is an extreme increase from 2000, as only 9.8% of all fatal crashes were because of speeding. In correlation with the increased number of fatal accidents due to speeding, the number of speeding citations in Utah more than tripled from 2006 to 2009. There has been success in raising awareness for seatbelt safety, but there is an obvious lack of speeding safety awareness. Many people hear about traffic accidents and crashes, but no one believes they will be the next victim. Perhaps speeding is an indication of what makes Utah drivers bad drivers. Obviously, speeding is a problem anywhere you go, but this violation has only gotten worse through recent years here in Utah. As noted in the graph, car accidents due to speeding have a high probability of being fatal. In 2013, 40% of all fatal crashes were because of speeding, making it the number one cause of death on the roadway. Speeding has consistently been the number one cause of death in Utah in recent years. By this statistic alone, it's noted just how dangerous the habit of speeding can be. Not only is speeding one of the leading factors in all crashes, it is the leading factor to fatal crashes. The Utah Department of Public Safety warns against the dangers of speeding. They found that speeding magnifies drivers' errors, extends the distance necessary to stop a vehicle, increases the distance a vehicle travels while the driver reacts to a situation, reduces a driver's ability to steer safely around curves or objects in the road, and increases the number of crashes and the severity of the crash. For every 10 miles per hour over 50 miles per hour, the risk of death in a crash is doubled. Utah will be a much safer place if we reduce the amount of speeding that happens. Following traffic laws and obeying speed limits will save lives. Campaigns for seatbelt use have been done very well, but now it is time to put that emphasis into promoting safe, competent driving. Remember to drive safely, and in order to help debunk the bad Utah driver stereotype, don't speed. Thank you.